Hello and good day to everybody. Welcome back to Frontier Patriot here for another great chew and chat. I'm Ron Rayfield. This is my lovely fiance, Justine Dorn. What do we have today, Justine?
Today we have two different kinds of gruels.
Gruel!
Gruel!
Gruel.
Oh, my favorite food, gruel. My second favorite food is cornmeal gruel.
Also, Mishmish has decided to nap here on the table today.
And what he wants, he gets. We can't possibly say no.
Because if we try to move him, he gets a little feisty.
That's right.
And y'all are always wondering where he's at, so here he is.
So this is from the same book that I cooked from last week, and I'm actually planning on using a recipe from it next week as well. It's the American Frugal Housewife, and it was originally published in Boston in 1828. So this is an American book, if the title didn't give it away already. That's why we have two different dishes here on the table. Oh my gosh, bless you.
What are you doing?
Bless you, Mish, because you're tight. So we have your standard old-fashioned gruel, which is just made with oatmeal, right? Mm-hmm. And then we have advanced 2.0 America, yes, gruel, which is made out of cornmeal, which back then was called Indian meal because it's the Native Americans that introduced corn to the rest of the world. So they were paying homage to the Native Americans by naming it after them. Now, both of us have already tried this, and we have a clear favorite.
The cornmeal one is way better.
Oh, this is actually really, really good. I did not think it was going to be good. I thought it was going to be gritty and dry and just ugh.
Like grits.
Like grits, I suppose, but no, this is smooth and it's really, really good, even though there's no butter in it, there's no milk. Yeah, it'd be better if you cooked it with milk or butter, but the recipe didn't say to do it, so it is what it is.
You know, this is like the cheapest food you can get.
Yeah,
but it's also the most hearty food you can get.
Oh yeah.
So
this will keep you going.
Yes, if you've inspired yourself out in the hot fields all day, this is gonna put some energy back into you.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
And we're eating it out of a certain type of bowl called a porringer, which bless you again.
You're sneezing on the food.
Mish, stop sneezing.
I'm not eating that one.
Okay, well I have to admit I already tried this and I
did try it too. I didn't.
I was so about it. You know, you think it's just oatmeal, okay? But I always boil my oatmeal in milk, so it's a little weird. Plus the raisins dyed the oatmeal purple. Mm-hmm. So anyway, this is a porringer, and porringers were commonplace for a couple hundred years actually. And it's called a porringer because you traditionally ate porridge or gruel out of it, hence the name. It was also commonly used by soldiers because you could just pack it in your bag and it's a really convenient bowl. You can use it for anything. Mm-hmm. But people had this at their home too. Porringers.
Porringers.
Yep, porringers. And there's so many different designs to the handles you could have had. But these...
Are these two the same?
No, I think they're actually slightly different.
Oh yeah, they're slightly different.
Right. Yes.
What neat. Well, let's dig into some more of this cornmeal. Now, last week we did the cornmeal pudding. This is what I think of pudding. They got the names wrong.
The texture, the consistency.
If you want to see this being made, please go over to our main channel. That's Early American.
Because over there we cook it, and here we eat it.
That's right.
Oh.
Hey, he's attacking Alfred.
Oh.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Let him be. He can't defend himself.
No, I hear him saying, hey, get off of me. You brute. No, get off of me. Okay, anyway.
All right. It's your turn for a blessing, hon.
Yes. Dear Lord, thank you so much for this day that you have made. Thank you for all the people that are in our lives, including those who are watching. Please bless their healths and the ones of their loved ones. Thank you for this weather. Please help it to rain because it's a drought here right now in Missouri. Mm-hmm. And thank you for this food. Let it nourish our bodies. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Yes. I love this. Surprisingly. I really, really do.
This is really good.
This is surprisingly good. Okay.
It's not gritty at all.
No, it's smooth.
It doesn't taste like cornmeal.
No, not really.
Because there's spices in it.
Yeah, there's spices.
Yeah.
We got nutmeg. We got raisins. And we sure have sugar in it too, and that's making it a lot better because originally I wanted to try it without any sugar in it. Mm-hmm. without any nutmeg, because gruel, yes, I think stereotypically it was a dish for very poor people, and it certainly was, not only in Europe but also in America. So that's why I wanted him to try it without the delicacies.
And it was horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bland. It's survival food.
There's no water in his cup.
Oh, okay, I'll help you, But anyway, gruel was also considered to be a food for the sick. It was one of the most common foods you would have given to someone who was sick. I think nowadays, when you think sick food, you think chicken soup, maybe?
Yep. This is easy to get down and to stay down.
Yeah, you don't have to chew.
It's soft.
Really. It's very soft. I mean, I'm picturing someone who maybe is extremely old or very, very sick, you know, basically hospice care maybe, and they don't have the energy to chew food too well. But also they thought that solid foods, especially meat, were hard to digest. So if you were very sick, then meat was a huge no-no.
And once again, this is dirt cheap food, and it's easy to cook. You can't really mess it up.
Now we have switchel today.
Yes, with it being so hot, we're eating something that's good for our bellies, and we're drinking something that's good for us as well.
That's right, it got honey in it.
Now, if you'd like to see how I made the switchel, I did it last year. You can go over and watch that. It's real simple. It's just water, apple cider vinegar, honey, and lots of ginger. And I give the measurements in the video and talk a little bit about it. But this is basically 18th century, 19th century Gatorade.
Yes, it is. Even the ancient Romans were drinking something like this.
It's really good for you.
It is. So everything we have here today is basically what you would have prescribed to someone who was kind of down, ill.
And I've been out in the fields plowing all morning, and I'm out of energy. So this is what we're having today.
Yep. So speaking of advice from 200 years ago, medical advice. Just like I did last week, I'm going to read you some more medical advice from the American Frugal Housewife, originally published in 1828 in Boston, Massachusetts, America. I found some more very interesting tips. Now, do you remember last week it said do not let children have bangs because they become cross-eyed and various stuff like that. So here's some more tips for you. Rise early. Eat simple food, take plenty of exercise, and never fear being a little fatigued. Let not children be dressed in tight clothes. It is necessary for their limbs and muscles to have full play if you wish for them to be healthy and beautiful. Avoid the necessity of a physician, if you can, by careful attention to your diet. Eat what best agrees with your system and abstain from what hurts you, even if you like it. A few days' abstinence in cold water for a beverage has driven off many an approaching disease. If you find yourself really ill, send for a good physician. Have nothing to do with quack doctors, and do not tamper with quack medicine. You do not know what they are, and what do you know that even they know what they are? Wear shoes that are large enough. It not only produces corns, but makes the feet misshapen and cramps them if you wear shoes that are too small.
I had one of them one time, and it was not fun.
A corn on your foot?
Yes.
Oh, that's what it is, made out of corn!
No, it's not the same thing. Let's just say it was very painful. And me being a guy, I was like, oh, I'll just,
man it out.
Get that out.
Oh my word!
It took forever for it to heal.
What?
So don't do that.
Oh, that's a bad visual right there.
I'm just saying.
No. Especially while eating corn.
I got it from wearing these really ill-fitting work boots that had a safety toe in them, sealed, and my feet were just cramped.
Yeah, don't do that.
I got it on it would have been the second toe, in between the big one and the second toe, on the side of it.
Okay.
And it was painful.
Yeah, I bet it was. Now, shoes is something I don't mess around with. So, I'll keep my shoes and I'll wear them down rags. But I make sure that I buy a pair of shoes that maybe it's a little bit more expensive right off the bat. Because, okay, I'm going to totally throw my mom under the bus right now. But my mom, she always buys these $20 shoes. And then she's constantly complaining about foot pain.
Well, that's your problem.
Well, the thing is, I'll buy shoes that maybe they're $50, kind of expensive, but I keep them forever. So the shoes I'm wearing right now, the flats, I've actually had those for I think 7 or 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they've got some miles on them.
Oh, they got some miles on them.
Hey, I also seen when I was looking in your book, there's another gruel recipe. It says egg gruel, and it has the word medicine next to it. What's that all about? So,
Okay.
Does it have any info about it? Why it's a medicine?
Egg gruel. This is at once food and medicine. Some people have very great faith in its efficiency in cases of chronic dysentery. It is made thus. Boil a pint of new milk, beat 4 new laid eggs to a light froth, and pour in while the milk boils. Stir them together thoroughly, but do not let them boil. Sweeten it with the best of loaf sugar, and grate in a whole nutmeg. Add a little salt if you like it. Drink half of it while it's warm, and the other half in 2 hours. It makes some sense because eggs are very nutritious, they have some protein, but just like this, it's very easy to chew, it's very easy to get down.
I don't think I would like that one, though.
No, I don't think it would be good. No, Mish Mish, no.
He drew blood a while ago.
Yeah, he drew blood. He cut my finger because I was trying to move him away from this tablecloth, this new tablecloth I got from Candy's store, and he freaked out. It's like, no, this is my tablecloth, as you can clearly see.
Yes. Well, hey, let's get into some of these This Week in History.
Yeah.
That seems to be everybody's favorite segment.
Yeah.
Or just about everybody's favorite segment.
And then when Ron's done with that, I have one more fact to share with you.
Oh, well, go ahead if you got one more.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I thought you were done.
I just have one last thing to share from this book this
You
week.
do that, I'm going to get some more of this gruel.
Okay.
Don't mind me.
There is a cure for skin cancer in this book from 1828. I'm going to tell you guys what it is. Don't take it as medical advice because obviously this isn't my medical advice. I'm reading it from The American Frugal Housewife by Mrs. Child, 1828. So I'm just reading it in a historical point of view.
Primitive medicine.
Very primitive medicine. So let's see how they cured skin cancer in 1820. I thought this was very interesting because it's talking about a guy in Missouri. We live in Missouri, by the way, if you didn't know that.
Yep.
So I'll read it word for word. A gentleman in Missouri advertises that he had a inverate cancer upon his nose cured by a strong potash made of the lye of the ashes of red oak bark boiled down to the consistency of molasses. The cancer was covered with this, and about an hour after, covered with a plaster of tar. This must be removed in a few days, and if any, I can't read it, remain in the wound, apply more potash to them, and the plaster again, until they entirely disappear, after which heal the wound with any common soothing salve. I never knew this to be tried. So basically she's saying that she heard it from a gentleman in Missouri that it worked for him, but she's never actually done it herself. She doesn't have cancer. So she doesn't know if it works or not, but that's how people cured skin cancer back in the 1820s in America, is with the ashes of red oak bark made into a paste, mixed with molasses, and then you put it on the skin where you have the skin cancer and you leave it on for a bit. Or you cover it with tar, I think, to seal it in.
Yeah, the tar seals it on there. Because tar doesn't come off very easy.
No. Yeah, you leave it on for a bit, and then you eventually wipe it off, and if the skin cancer is still there, you reapply it. And try it again until it's gone. Just really interesting how they took care of themselves 200 years ago. I thought I would share that. Just like a cool insight into the everyday lives of people, you know, because forever people have been getting cancer and they've been getting sick and ill and whatnot. So now we are going to move on to our This Week in History segment.
Right. Alright, so the first one up for this week is in 1630. So this is an old one here. On June 25th, 1630, the fork was introduced to America.
Whoa!
Yes. The governor of Massachusetts, Governor Winthrop, was the first one to use a fork in America.
17th century?
Yeah, 17th century.
That's really neat, isn't it? So before then they just had spoons.
That's almost 300 years ago. 1630. It's 2023, so...
Yeah. I guess before then,
they just use spoons or a knives. Or your hands.
Yeah, they would cut steak with a knife and then stab the steak with a knife and eat it.
Or, well, the bigger butter knives we got, you could cut with that and you would scoop it up and eat it.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, that's what they did.
Also, on that same day, in 1867, the first barbed wire fencing is patented by Mr. Smith of Ohio. So barbed wire comes from Ohio originally
That's really interesting.
in 1867.
Okay.
On June 27th, 1652, New Amsterdam, which is what New York City used to be called in the 17th century, enacts the very first speed limit law in North America.
Let me guess. Instead of running your horse, it was just slowly trotting your horse, maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they had the miles per hour
I don't know.
measurement figured out yet. So, but that would make sense. You know, a walk, trot, run. So probably no running in the streets. It was probably a walk or a trot, if I had to guess. On June 28th, 1778, Mary Ludwig Hayes, also known as Molly Pitcher, does her heroic act. When her husband is injured, she mans the cannons that he was on and helps the Americans fight the British.
Okay.
You've all heard of her. She's
Yeah.
like the Molly Pitcher is like her folk hero name or folklore name, but her real name was Mary Ludwig Hayes.
A true hero.
Yes.
Very brave person.
That same day, June 28th, 1776, now this is during the Revolutionary War as well, Thomas Hickey, which is one of General Washington's, they call them lifeguards back then. There wasn't a secret service until today's time. But back then they were called lifeguards. And he was conspiring to do an assassination on General Washington. So he was hung on this day in 1776 for conspiring, treachery, treason, and for mutiny.
Tried to kill George Washington.
Yep. That was Sergeant Thomas Hickey.
Yeah, he was a traitor.
Yeah.
He was a guard of George Washington, but he ended up turning around and actually trying to kill him.
And you can see more of this if you check out the network AMC, that show Washington Turns Spies. They have this in one of those episodes, and it's pretty neat. And I've got one more for June 28th. In 1870, the U.S. Congress establishes the first federal holidays in America, which is New Year's Day, July 4th, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
How neat!
Those are the first federal holidays in America.
And what year was that?
That was 1870.
1870, it became a federal holiday.
Yes.
So before then it was still a holiday, but now if you were a federal worker, you had the day off and, all the perks of a federal holiday.
And then just a few years later, they added Labor Day.
Oh, interesting.
On that same day, June 28th.
Wow, that's a very busy week.
I think it was like 1894 or something like that. They added Labor Day.
Okay.
So, and then our last few are July 1st. On 1874, the first U.S. kidnapping for ransom, that is recorded anyways, happens.
Wow.
4-year-old Charles Ross was kidnapped and held for ransom for $20,000.
That was a lot of money back then.
Even today, it's like, hey, I got your kid, give me $20,000.
Yeah, that is a lot of money.
Yep.
1874.
1874.
This 4-year-old child, was he rescued?
That I don't know.
Hey, how are you gonna leave us with this cliffhanger?
It's a cliffhanger, you have to look into it. And then I've got one more.
You better write on the screen what happened to him. You better.
And I got one more. In 1881, the world's first international telephone call is made between St. Stephen, New Brunswick, Canada, and Calais, Maine, United States. So between Canada and Maine.
And that's the world's first international phone call.
Now, international doesn't necessarily mean across the ocean. It just means
one country to another.
Yeah, one country to another. And that is in 1881. And that's all I've got for this week in history.
That's cool.
Now, I do have some things to talk about. This coming weekend, we have the 4th of July celebration, which is going to happen on July 1st here in St. Genevieve. It's going to start at noon and go till 5 p.m. The location is on the flyer with the address. That's at the Center for French Colonial Life. That's where the free parking is. And you just walk right over to the backyard of the Bold Duke House. That you'll see everybody. You'll see the barbecue people. You'll see the military people.
30-second walk.
Yes, literally 30-second walk.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a great event. So it'll be the 247th, I believe, of American celebration for independence. And like I said, that's happening on July 1st here in St. Genevieve. And we'd love for you all to come, whether you be a reenactor or just a visitor or a veteran or whoever. Just come and join us, please. It'd be great. Well, We have 100 flags to hand out for the parade that we're gonna do. After that, you'll have to bring your own flag, I guess. But
I hope 100 people show up.
That'd be
That would
awesome.
be nice.
And to touch on that, right after this show is over with, at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight, we're gonna be on the St. Genevieve live television channel, which is also going to be live broadcasted on YouTube. That's 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to have the link in the description there, so when this show is over, you guys can click on that and go over there and wait for that to start at 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight.
Yeah, tonight it's happening. Tonight, this very Wednesday, tonight. And guess what? You guys can call us live.
Yes.
So they'll have the phone number on the screen. And call us and ask us questions, preferably questions about the event, the 4th of July event.
Or the town.
Or the town.
It's not the Ron and Justine show. That's what this is. And if there's anybody else on the show with us, the last time we were on there was a horticulturist or a gardener lady.
Yes.
And the callers made her feel very welcome. So if you guys call, maybe ask somebody else a question.
Right.
But we're trying to bring an audience to the channel and to St. Genevieve.
Yes.
So,
and we don't know who we're going to be put with
yeah, we're
this
not
episode.
sure yet.
We don't know until we show up. That's how it was last time, too. We showed up and there was a horticulturalist lady there with us.
Now we might have it to ourselves, or there might be 15
we don't
people
know.
there.
We don't know until we show up. It's just who's booked that day. But it's the St. Gen TV, so it's a local TV station. You know how that goes.
But anyway, it's going to be fun, and we're looking forward to it.
Please call us. It'll make me so happy every time that phone rings.
Tell us where you're calling from, and
introduce yourself and all that.
Tell us who you are, and lay your question on us.
Yes, keep it appropriate. Don't ask us how we use the outhouse.
Yeah, nothing like that.
No, please don't ask us that.
And we'll have a local historian with us too. So any questions you have about St. Genevieve or whatever, he's the guy to ask.
Yeah, we know our friend is going to be there. That's the St. Genevieve historian that he's talking about.
Yes,
he's going to be
Bob
there.
Mueller. And also Candy's going to be on there with us too.
Yep, she's our victim. We're dragging her along because everyone loves Candy.
I think she's going to be having some sales at her store for the holiday weekend as well. So that's why she's coming on to talk about it. She's got some new items in there, like this table square or runner. It might be hard to see, but it is white with an olive green check.
I wonder why it's hard to see. Is it because there's something hiding it, maybe?
Yeah, there's kind of a cat. He's sleeping.
He's out.
Hello.
Hello.
He didn't even open his eyes.
You there? I swear he is alive, though. He's breathing. He's sleeping. Let's not bother him.
He's out.
He's in a peaceful world right now.
Well, hey guys, we're gonna do likewise like him and get out.
Get out.
Thank you so much. We're gonna head to town here in a little bit. We'll see you guys at 8 o'clock tonight, Eastern time, over on the St. Genevieve television YouTube channel.
Please call. I am so excited. I can't hold it. I love talking with you guys so much. It's like the highlight of my life. I love it when it's Pioneer Days because I get to meet you. And then this new opportunity that's arose, I'm so excited. So please call. Please call, please.
All right, we're going. Bye-bye.
Okay,
thank you guys.
Bye. Thank you for
week.
watching. See you guys later. Take care.